Hi, you're on to Viva's Canadian Journey. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time of tuning in, please don't forget to subscribe. It's very easy to do so. Just hit the subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon. And don't worry, today I'm not going to be speaking in French, although my French has been improving. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking to you about a brand new stream for the province of Alberta. And this stream is for people whose NOC code is 4154. This is for people who have work experience as religious workers. So if you're a minister, you're a pastor, you're an imam, you're a monk, etc., and you meet some certain criteria, then this stream for religious workers for the province of Alberta might just be the right stream for you. Let's get started. So the religious workers stream for the province of Alberta. This stream started a couple of weeks ago, was launched a couple of weeks ago. And the former minister of Alberta actually did state that religious faith is a big part of the lives of the people of Alberta. Alberta is one of those provinces that has thousands of faith-based communities. And these communities rely on religious workers. Okay, these communities actually do need religious workers to be a big part of the different communities in Alberta. And so the province, came up with the stream. Now, prior to this announcement, there wasn't a stream that was targeted at religious workers. Actually, I'd read articles and I've actually heard some, religious workers complain that Canada has a lot of streams for health workers, for teachers, for people in IT, but nothing really that targets religious workers. And one in particular, I was reading an article and one minister actually said this is not fair. So if you're watching this is some good news for religious workers. So let's talk about this stream real quick. So if you're a religious worker and you meet the criteria, the NOC code for religious workers is 4154, and you meet some certain criteria, you're ordained, you've had more than a year's of work experience, either in a temple, in a church, etc., then you might want to consider this stream. Okay, now for this stream, there are three pathways that you can consider. The first pathway is called the Alberta Opportunity Stream. Now, we're not going to talk about this stream today because this stream is for people that are already living in Alberta. Okay, so for foreign workers in Alberta, or if you're a student in Alberta, this is for people in Alberta. The second pathway, okay, if you're a religious worker, you want to come to Alberta, that you can consider is the Alberta Express Entry Stream. As the name implies, you need to meet the criteria. If you meet the express entry criteria, then you might be a good candidate for the stream. The third pathway is the Rural Renewal Stream, and that is what I'm going to talk about today. So if you're a religious worker, whether you live in Canada or outside of Canada, okay, and you want to come to Canada, you want to come to the province of Alberta as a religious worker, then the Rural Renewal Stream might just be the best one for you. So real quick, the Rural Renewal Stream is a stream in Alberta for workers, foreign workers, okay, who would love to live in rural communities in Alberta. And rural communities here are communities that are not Edmonton or Calgary, and communities that have a population of 100,000 or less. So if you're one of those people that you have to be in the big cities, you have to be in the Halifaxes or Edmontons or Calgarys, then this stream is not for you. Okay, for the purpose of this pathway, the Rural Renewal Stream, okay, rural communities here are those that have population 100,000 or less. The whole purpose of this Rural Renewal Stream is so that smaller communities in Alberta will benefit from immigration. Because the truth is, when most people come to Alberta, okay, a large chunk of people go to Edmonton or Calgary. Those are the two happening cities, so to say, and no one really wants to go to the smaller communities like the municipality of Jasper or the town of Whitecourt. And so what happens is that smaller communities that actually have jobs, that have labor shortages, do not benefit from foreign skilled workers. So this stream was put in place to attract foreign skilled workers. So if you're a religious worker, you might want to consider this the rural communities, the smaller communities. Now for this stream, there are 10 communities, and I'm going to put the link in the description of the video. Okay, so 10 communities to choose from. Now this is the way this stream works. This stream is very community based. So there's a criteria, there's an eligibility criteria that you have to meet for the rural renewal stream. Again, the link will be in the description of the video. Now, like most streams, most immigration streams for Canada, the criteria is almost the same. You need to have your language proficiency exam, whether the English or the French proficiency exam. But the good thing about this stream is that the language requirement is lower than that for the express entry. Okay, you need to have at least a minimum of 12-month work experience. So at least 1 year of work experience in your chosen NOC code. That's very, very important because this is a skilled worker or skilled trade stream. Okay, you need to have your credentials evaluated. Okay, so if you have a master's or some post-secondary degree, you're gonna have to have it evaluated. Very, very important. You need your proof of funds. Again, all the links are going to be in the description of the video. So you meet the eligibility requirement for the rural renewal stream. Now, once you have met that requirement, the next thing to do is to go to the different websites for the community. So for instance, there's a community that is designated for this stream. One of the communities is the municipality of Jasper. So what you can do is you can go to Google. In your Google search box, Google is your friend. You can put municipality of Jasper, rural renewal stream. You get on the website. Okay, now the first thing you need to do is to check for the criteria for this community. This stream is a community-based stream. What this means is that you can meet all the criteria, okay? But if you don't meet the community criteria, you might not be successful. So each community has what they are looking for. Some communities might be looking for young families. So if that community is a community with an aging population, they might be looking for young people, young families, people with young children that would come and settle. So make sure you read the criteria for the community, and if you meet that criteria, you apply to the community. Very, very important. Okay, once you apply to a particular community, they'll go through your application form and everything you filled in. And if you do meet their criteria, if they like what they see, they will come back to you and say, hey, guess what? We think you're going to be a good fit for us. We want to designate you. The next step, after you've been designated by a community, right, is to apply for a job in the community. Now, the good thing is that majority of this community have the jobs that are available on their websites. So what the communities do on their end is that they go to the different employers in that community and say, hey, what jobs do you have available? Give us those jobs and we'll put it on the website. So you apply for a job. So as a religious worker, you might see a job that is available, maybe in a church there, and you apply. Now, if you get the job and you have your designation handy from the community, then you can apply to the province of Alberta for a nomination. I'm going to emphasize that this stream is community-based. So you can get a job from an employer, okay, and then figure out that you're not a good fit for the community. So the most important thing, the first thing to do is to make sure you apply on the community website. Make sure the community tell you, hey, guess what? You're a good fit. We like you. Here are the next steps. Once you have that, you have your job offer, then you apply to the province of Alberta for your nomination. Now, if your nomination is successful, if you're successful and you get your 600 points, you get your PR, remember that when you're coming to Alberta, you are going to reside in that community. So religious workers, get excited, okay? If you have minimum of 12 months experience as a pastor, a monk, an imam, consider this stream. The different designated communities, the 10 different designated communities, the links are going to be in the description of the video. Get on the website, see what they're looking for, see if you meet the criteria, and honestly, you have nothing to lose. Apply, you never know. And if you're new to all things Canada, you don't even know what the language requirements are, you don't know what the proof of funds are, all these things sound like gibberish, okay? Then I recommend that you follow me on YouTube here, you subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Biba's Canadian Journey. And if you need more explanation on the different streams, maybe Alberta is not for you, send me a message, a direct message on Instagram at Biba's Canadian Journey. And until next time, keep watching Biba's Canadian Journey. Take care.